Hello and welcome to the After Party, the new podcast show brought to you by thepanelbuyer.com. I am, of course, your host, Raph. I'm here with the fantastic David.
Hello.
The astonishing Seth. And the occasional Brendan.
Hello.
And guys, on this show, well, Seth, it's your idea.
Yeah,
You
so
explain.
I've been on here for 2 years. I might as well start contributing in some way other than just being a co-host.
Well, you don't make donations. No.
I don't. I donate my house. Fuck you. Anyways.
It's a nice house.
So the whole idea for this is we have all of our shows that have a very rigid,
This is what we do.
this is it. Like our weekly flip is we bullet point news and kind of talk about stuff here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But the main point of that is news. We have force feeding, which is us making fun of an old comic book, learning kind of our roots, where it's coming from, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
We have our comic buffets, which is cool. We go over events, we go over other things. This one is after our show. After our shows, we hang out because we're not just like voices inside a thing that talk to each other and that's it.
We're also not business people. It's like, all right, our meeting's over now.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like our meeting for the week is over and then we leave. We talk about shit all the time. We're constantly like, oh shit, did you see that Venom movie? And things like that. So this is just us shooting the shit after all the stuff. We're gonna kind of have a little bit of a theme going on for the week and whatnot. This is the first one, so we're just kind of shotgunning it out to see if it works. If it does, awesome, let us know. If you don't like it, again, let us know. We try to improve on things. But the general one for this week, we're just gonna kind of talk. There's not really anything big. I mean, obviously Infinity War's coming out, or has already come out, depending on when this goes up. I'm probably not going to go up tonight. So, anyways, and the big thing is so we all saw that Venom trailer. Venom's fucking rad. I don't care what you guys say. Venom's fucking rad.
He looks cool.
Yeah, he looks cool. I know Raffi hates this subject, but any character from fiction, give them a Venom suit.
Any character from fiction.
Any character from fiction.
Funny that you mentioned that. It was literally reading a weird Deadpool comic. It's Deadpool and the Howling Commandos.
Yeah.
And the centaur. It was a centaur with a symbiote suit.
What the fuck?
Nay.
He had He had no weaknesses except he had diabetes.
Fuck Deadpool. Stop.
Actually, that whole comic, it was about the Howling Commandos. It's like Frankenstein, the Invisible Man, Wolfman, stuff like that. And
is that just generic
Dracula killed him.
Old school?
Well, the original
monsters?
Howling Commandos were like soldiers.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Marvel was like monsters though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Monster.
That's kind of neat
The
though.
Howling,
the Howling, I get
They
it.
howl.
And Deadpool ended up getting killed by Dracula. I guess they were supposed to have a fair fight, and Dracula cheated and uses his Dracula powers.
Of course he did.
He's Dracula. He's Dracula. He's a fucking...
It's the original villain.
Yeah, he's a vampire. But yeah, so the question I'm posing right now is give a Venom suit to a character, or to just a person that you'd like to see one, or have one, and everything, and why.
My vote's still with the centaur.
Yeah, he was the centaur.
That centaur though.
I'd probably give one to Jason Voorhees.
Oh Jesus
Oh,
Christ!
That's a
Why?
That's
He's
a-
already
Comes
unstoppable.
out of the water, just covered in black goo.
I can swim now.
Somehow, some way, there was murkiness in the water as he rose up and ended up being like a
Oh, it's
symbiote.
just you just swam through a symbiote. The
By
symbiote's like, you know what? I'm gonna go for this ride.
And the symbiote
I
kind
mean,
of takes that liking to him because Jason doesn't have much
That's
of a
true.
personality.
What do you mean? I thought Voorhees would be put in the Secret Wars event. He'd need his costume
I thought-
fixed.
He'd probably be stronger.
I
Honestly,
thought
than the symbiote.
symbiotes latch onto people who have very strong emotional things.
Yeah,
that's their food.
He's kind of emotional.
It's mostly testosterone
Okay,
that
so
they use off.
okay.
High test.
Yeah.
Jason,
Jason
is high test.
Jason is a good, good thing for that.
He's
I
a
mean,
Chad.
in that same vein, just give one to fucking Michael Myers. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Jeez.
Can you imagine a full Venom suit and then just the Michael Myers
Oh,
face,
the white mask.
just the white mask, no teeth, nothing, just the white mask.
That'd be weird.
It would be weird.
I've never seen a Venom without that.
Yeah, without
classic
the teeth.
face.
Yeah, the teeth and
Would
the
you
weird
give him
swirly eyes.
an empty?
Three-fourths of his head.
What kind of other symbiote would you give him though?
I have no fucking idea.
I was gonna say
There's only two
there
of
is
them
literally
there.
anti-venom, right? Isn't there?
Yeah, anti-venom.
There's anti-venom.
that came
there's
out of it,
toxin,
bro.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you give a Venom suit
This one's
to
cyanide.
to one of
Rat
those
poison.
alien queens from the Alien movies, like a xenomorph, like a
Oh,
mother
that'd be
alien,
sick.
and she
Yeah.
births other alien venoms.
Well, the funny thing is like if stuff happens to the queen in those movies, it gets passed on to the eggs.
Yeah. So you just have
like an unstoppable army.
Yeah, not only do you
have already unstoppable, but
not only do you have they're more unstoppable. That's also cool because imagine the chest burster.
Oh yeah, like just venom comes out.
Just like a black slime and then like venom out of your chest.
Jesus!
Rah!
And also too, like whatever thing pops out of whatever, they get like characteristics of it.
Yeah, it's like he's like Predator like flying in. He's like, nah.
Funny you say that, Raffi.
Oh no!
I want to give a venom suit to a Predator. So bad.
That would be pretty intense.
You imagine he opens his little like fucking mandible things and it's got the venom teeth right there.
Then Arnie's like, I don't think so.
I don't. Yeah, I'm done.
If it bleeds, nah. It doesn't bleed.
It doesn't bleed. It's only black.
It's venom for crying out loud.
If we're being like super metal, I'll give a venom suit to Carnage.
God damn it!
Put a symbiote on a symbiote.
Yo, I heard you like symbiotes, so I put a symbiote on a symbiote.
Can you do that?
I don't. Yeah, because people have worn multiple symbiotes.
Well, I mean, I know there's a Deadpool comic out there that he wears 4 of them at the same time.
Yeah, so it's possible.
Right.
Yeah. That also is like
a Deadpool comic.
That also reminds me of this.
It is a Deadpool comic, but
yeah, that also reminds me of a thing I read the other day. Is water wet?
Oh, geez Louise.
We're not going to talk about this one. Not now, not ever.
I say
I'm sorry.
Water ain't wet. No,
I'm sorry. I thought this was an RFF party. Okay.
or like the fish, or fish wet.
Yeah. No, they're wet because they're covered in water.
Exactly.
They're covered in water.
Because technically they live in water, so it's like...
Alright, here. Godzilla with a venom suit.
That had to be a really big venom suit.
It just gets crazy after a while.
Yeah.
How deep can the rabbit hole go? Give Galactus a fucking venom suit at this point.
Hey, that's a good one. Give the Mad Hatter a venom suit.
Give Ego one.
Shit.
Ego? Oh no.
Yeah, Ego the living planet.
That's just it's just like a venom face
it's just a venom
on a
head
planet.
just floating around.
That'd be scary.
Just like
see it floating at night.
Its tongue just goes out.
Galactus.
Planets.
Yeah. Give Galactus one, dude.
Eats planets.
Professor X.
Just still in his wheelchair.
I was gonna say, yeah.
That's still my favorite fucking...
If he didn't have a wheelchair, he'd already be... the wheelchair... He's already overpowered with the wheelchair.
Yeah, no.
You can take out the wheelchair and give him legs.
Dude, down hills? Are you kidding me?
He can go double the speed.
You know, running was invented by Thomas Running when he tried to walk twice at the same time.
Maybe give it to like a speedster, like Quicksilver or something.
Oh, God.
Quicksilver the Flash. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, the Flash. Speaking of the Flash, there was a thing put out by the Because Science guy. I know his channel's split, and I haven't done a lot of thing. He does his own thing now. But he calculated like how many calories a day the Flash has to eat.
Yeah.
And then like I just divided that in like I didn't watch the video. I just saw the number.
Yeah.
And everything. I divided that just on a basic 2,000 calorie diet. The Flash eats for 6,000 people a day. And we were trying to figure out like what kind of food does he eat to not like make Africa go hungry? Like, is he the reason for world hunger? Like,
damn you, Flash!
As soon as they're about to eat, he like zips by and like takes it from their fork.
There's a.
I saw a red flash and my fork was gone.
There's a lot of old like '60s Flash comics that are just weird. Like, what if something like this happened to Flash? There's one where the Flash gets obese. Where he's just a big...
Weird.
He's like the Blob, but he's the Flash.
Yeah.
He's the fattest man alive, as the cover
The
says.
fattest man alive.
What was comics even like?
There's one where...
There was no rules, David.
There's one where his head gets like really tall because he gets really smart.
Uh-huh.
There's one where he turns into a puppet, like a wooden puppet.
What the fuck? Okay.
Was the Flash like the test run guy?
Like,
see if it
test run. Ah.
That's a good fucking... That's my Flash OC.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
your test run. It's like a crash dummy that got the Speed Force.
No, it's a... He's just like a regular speedster, but his whole thing is like he just tests new gadgets constantly.
Okay. I was thinking like the hazmat, like white and black, like crash suit.
Yes.
You remember that cartoon Crash Dummies? I remember that.
Oh wow.
Oh my god, yeah, that was a thing.
That was a thing.
That's like fucking butt ugly aliens. Like that happened.
Oh,
But
God.
the Martians. There was what was that other show?
Mr.
Sumo.
Meaty.
The Sumo Show.
The Sumo Show.
What
Oh
was it
yeah,
called?
with the 3 sumos.
Yeah. What the heck was it called?
What about what was it? It was like Chop Suey.
Oh yeah, with the chickens.
Chopsaki Chooks or whatever.
Oh, that was
it
weird.
Yeah, that movie was movie. That show was fucking
That
weird.
award-winning TV show.
Award-winning, Oscar-nominated. Only nominated.
Art. That's like a
I
razz.
like low key. I kind of miss Mr. Meaty.
Mr. Meaty
No,
is
it was like a fever dream.
that entire show is a fever dream.
The tapeworm episode.
You know what? You know what? Who the fuck was the name of the fat kid in Mr. Meaty?
I don't know.
Was it like Preston or something like that?
I think Preston.
All right, give him a Venom suit.
Give Lord Wedgelord.
Wedgelord? The security guard?
Yeah.
Going commando today.
It'd be a weird one. Maybe like a character from The Simpsons you give him a Venom suit to.
Yeah.
Bernie Burns.
Like Burns. Like Chief Wiggum. He's like, I'm taking a lot in my own hands. Eats donut. With the Venom out. I'll get it with my hand. Wiggum would. His son Ralph.
Dear God, now we're
Chuckles. You're
the
in danger.
Mr. Meaty from fucking Venom. Anyways. So, like, here's another thing. Oh, shit, that's my phone, guys. I'm sorry.
Whatever, man. It's a party.
Oh.
But,
Alright. So, yeah, I guess the theme for said episode that's going on today will be just getting our favorite crap out of the way.
Okay, sure.
Talking about that. Who's your favorite hero?
that's a loaded question.
That is a loaded question.
Not
But,
for
like,
someone.
If it's really that hard, just name one off that you really, really like.
Okay.
You mentioned before, Black Bolt's really cool.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool. I don't think he's my favorite, but that's like,
He's
if I
up
just had
there.
to shoot one right now,
Yeah.
I would say Black Bolt.
Alright. For me, it's easy. Nightwing.
Nightwing?
Cool.
Yeah, we know
Cool.
Raffi loves his Nightwing and everything. David,
Or Raven.
I'm surprised it's not like Doctor Strange, like
I
right off
was
the
just
bat.
waiting. I'm like
Like, no, I was like, of all time, like from DC, from Marvel, from
just of everyone, I
Force.
guess.
Yes, David, yes.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Why do you like Doctor Strange so much?
Bolts and bolts.
When I first got one of my gifts I got from a really good friend of mine was a Marvel Encyclopedia. That's where I learned all of my superheroes and stuff like that from.
That was from high school, right?
Yeah, I always looked that thing around. I would always read through it like 5 times every so week. And there was one of them
Every so week.
And there was one of them that kind of like stood out, and it was Doctor Strange. And I kind of like read his whole biography, read his powers and stuff like that, and I kind of sat there and was like, wow, this guy's like super fucking strong.
Well, realistically, he could
And-
theoretically be the strongest Marvel character.
And then I was like,
Nah, man.
In
you
the-
can shoot him.
Yeah, it's if
So
you
Doctor
catch him
Strange?
off guard, if you don't catch
Yeah.
him off guard, and he's like a Batman. He's prepared.
It's
But-
like
Oh, it's prep time! Prep time!
but bullets will kill him.
and then I like
Yeah.
looked into the series and stuff like that, and looked up on like
Oh my
Comics
God,
Explained,
series.
and I was like, wow, this
There
guy's
is one.
fucking ridiculous.
Is
I didn't know
Yeah,
what.
there's a book currently going on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like since I want to say like since maybe 2014, there's been a
Oh, wow.
series. Yeah.
Yeah. Doctor Strange,
No, when he came out with that 2014 book was a big deal because like the first story arc was like, all right, all magic is dying.
Yeah.
The magic.
I think it was
It calls to me.
2016, right?
Yeah, 2016, my mistake.
it's funny for me, like with Doctor Strange, because like he's always just been under the radar
Yeah.
of everything. Like I was like, oh yeah, I know of this character, and I always thought he looked goofy as fuck
Yeah.
with like the bright blue
Would you say
shirt,
he looks strange?
the yellow gloves, and the red cape. I was like, this guy is just a fucking primary color fiesta.
He is.
He's like
interesting.
Magic Superman.
Or,
Yeah.
or Plastic Man. Throw my hat back out there.
Yes.
Plastic
yeah,
Man.
Plastic Man's rad.
Yeah.
Dude, I would insert
How is
myself
that
in
new
plastic.
comic series coming out?
It's not out yet.
It's not out yet?
It's not out yet.
I would insert myself into Plastic Man. Is that what you just
He would insert himself into you.
Yeah. So I was gonna say about Doctor Strange. So like, I've always like had Doctor Strange on like the outside of my mind. Like the most I liked him was in New Avengers, where he was kind of like a sage, kind of like guide character to everyone
Yeah.
else. But like, the more David talks about him, the more I kind of look into him and I think about him and stuff. There was one day where we did a versus podcast, and the fight was Dr. Fate versus Doctor Strange, and Connor made like maybe a 2-minute argument, and then David just went off. I didn't even announce a winner. I just moved on to the next fight because like just every inch of bias came out, and ever since then I've been reading more and thinking more about Doctor Strange because I'm like, fucking, David's so gung ho about this character. Like I want to know more
He's
about
rad.
him.
Like,
yeah, he is.
There's never been a time where I've sat there and like been like, oh fuck, another Doctor Strange thing. I sit there and I'm like, oh wait, he did this too.
Yeah, he's always a cool
Like,
element to the Marvel universe.
Yeah, and the funny thing is like how I like to explain certain like heroes to people is like the Avengers are like take it as like a solar system.
Okay.
Almost. The Avengers is the center.
Yes.
All right. This will be like the Marvel version of this. The Avengers is like the center planet and everything, and then there's orbiters. There's everything that orbits that. And Doctor Strange has always been like the closest orbiter
Yeah.
to me, and like, but ever since like his movie came out, and like pretty much since 2014, I can't imagine the Marvel universe without Doctor Strange having his hand in something major that's going on.
Because he adds a whole other element to the entire universe.
Yeah, there's not a lot of characters that deal with the same stuff he deals with.
And like the other thing is like before I like sat down and really started learning about comics and whatnot, I never really knew heroes could come from magic. And everything, like, magic has always been, like, high fantasy, like, it's over here.
Yeah, it's very much the black sheep of comic books.
Yeah, it's like, once magic gets thrown into the mix, then it's like, oh, fuck, well, now we gotta deal with all this other shit. There's dragons and everything. But, like, every hero has always been, like, some scientific thing, or that might have just been because I sat and watched Marvel stuff more than anything.
Oh, yeah, a lot of stuff from Marvel spawns from science.
Yeah, spawns from science. And then, like, Doctor Strange is like, yeah, my hands are fucked up, but, like, I just make weird hand signs, and all of a sudden
I also like
summon
that
fire.
I also like that he's a character that originated in the realm of science as
Exactly.
being a doctor.
Yeah, and it's like it's really neat seeing Doctor Strange, like, just do his shit, and, like he thinks about everything scientifically, but everything is so fantastical in his universe.
In the New Avengers book I was reading with him in there, every time you do a spell, you would see, like, it referenced in the corner, like, this spell from the Book of Ashanti, page 135, paragraph 5 or something.
Thinking about it, like, he knows where it is exactly.
Yeah, like, he can recite it. Like, it's cool. Like, his version of training is reading a book, and I think that's kind of neat.
Yeah, it, like, that, which opens up a whole new realm of, like, different people to get into comics and things like that, because you read Captain America, and you're like, oh, I want to be him, and stuff, and it's like, you go to the gym, you work out, and everything, and yeah, you can get the body like Captain America and stuff like that, but then you sit there and you look at Doctor Strange, and, like, yeah, he's
muscular.
He's muscular. He has to be. And everything, but that's not his strength. It's not. He's not punching people.
Yeah.
He's sitting there shooting off fireballs because he read it in a book.
Yeah, it's all up here.
Yeah, it's all up here.
I know in the movie, the most recent movie, and I'm pretty sure in the comics as well, he's got like a super photographic memory, like better than photographic memory.
Yeah, well,
he just turns the pages and like
that's the other cool part, because it's like, to be a doctor you have to do a lot of reading and studying, and so when you move that up to like magic, it's like the same bullshit.
I think that's why I like Ghost Rider so much too. It's like magic and stuff like that.
Ghost Rider's my favorite hero to forget about. Like,
off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you the last thing that I read about Ghost Rider.
Can we talk about Plastic Man first, because you brought it up?
Yeah, definitely. Plastic Man's rad.
I love Plastic Man. The first time I saw him was in Batman: The Brave and the Bold.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I started doing more research, and I'm like, this dude is cool.
He's Mr. Fantastic. In my mind, he's Mr. Fantastic, but an average dude.
Yeah,
he's pretty much
sarcastic.
Mr. Fantastic, but with a personality.
Yeah,
he's fun.
He's fun. Yes,
he's Mr. Fantastic.
He likes to crack jokes.
He likes to crack jokes. I like it. Like, Plastic Man has some of my favorite scenes, especially from Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
There's like a scene. I want to say Batman was talking to Robin, if Robin ever shows up in that.
He does, yeah.
Or anything. Yeah, he's sitting there, he's talking to him, and like they have Plastic Man tied up or something, and he just stretches his head over and is like, "What are you talking about?" Like, it's like, I would fucking do that. Like,
yeah.
Hey man, what's up?
No, yeah.
I think the only thing I saw from Batman Brave and the Bold was
that's a great cartoon.
Stuff doing with like
underrated
Blue Beetle,
music,
and I never watched it again.
So Plastic Man, the thing I like about him is that like he started off as a criminal. Is the thing. Like he stole from this factory. Then he got like shot in the arm, and some chemicals went in, because of course it's chemicals. Chemicals go into his bloodstream. Next day he has stretchy powers. And what's funny is that sometimes he's found by a scientist that teaches him his powers. Other times he's found by a monk who raises him at like a monastery and shows him how to use his powers. And it's cool because like I always like it when former criminals become heroes, because it's like, if anyone knows how to be a criminal and how to stop them and what pisses off criminals, it's a former criminal. It's why Ant-Man, Scott Lang, when he started a like a home protection service, it's like, of course he would, because he was a thief.
Yeah, exactly. He knows how people get in and like what to do.
But no, I love that. He's so funny, and like the fact that he was like the 8th member on the 1990s Justice League. Like the Justice League in the 90s was like the one you imagine, like the original 7.
Yeah.
And Plastic Man.
Plastic
like
Man.
of all the extra people,
Plastic Man takes the...
Yeah. You got one you want to throw out, Seth?
Yeah, so my favorite here is Flash. Just like, hands down. Just because, like, everything he does can technically happen, but it's like, this is science, one part fiction. Like,
yeah, it's a little outside.
It's just a little outside where it's like, no, that doesn't work, but... I mean, we can kind of do it, like...
Yeah, because there's, like, reason behind everything
like,
you can do.
him, like, fucking just, like, spinning his arms super fast, and a tornado happens, and it's like, Well, I mean, yeah, you're on the right track there.
Fast enough,
and everything. And it's not like Superman where it's just like,
It's
oh yeah.
on YouTube. You should use this as a picture for Plastic Man.
Wait, which one?
This is by me.
Yeah, fantastic.
I have another Plastic Man book that we can do for a comic.
That'd be cool.
Is it the one that was like all Looney Tunes drawn?
No, we did that one.
Okay.
But like, Flash is rad. Flash is the thing that I can't be, which is why I like him so much. I am not fast.
Is your favorite Flash Barry?
Yes, my favorite Flash is Barry.
I would also
I have
argue
to
that Flash
put
is the
out.
most overpowered character in, like, at least the DC side of it.
I mean, if you can break the
Speed
universe,
Force,
it's
man.
pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the
Just
whole
because
reason
of
New
the Speed
52
Force
has... Well,
explanation.
Wally is, but...
Yeah, see, my favorite is... No, it was Barry that did the...
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah. My favorite is Wally just because, like, from...
Wally's cool. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not knocking him
Yeah.
or anything like that. I like Barry more.
Well,
like,
Wally was the one in the cartoon.
Which one was in Unlimited?
It was Wally.
Wallet, yeah.
that was Wally?
Yeah, it was Wally. Wasn't Barry.
No, it was not.
You know why it was Wally? Because in the comics it was Wally.
Barry was in anime.
They reference Barry
Okay.
like once. There's actually like a whole theory as to like if Barry existed in the Justice League animated series like at one point. But like Wally's so good because there's an episode of the Justice League cartoon which we'd have to do a whole episode on.
Yeah.
There's an episode called forget what it's called. There's an episode where Lex Luthor and Wally West switch.
Oh,
Yeah.
The
And like the mirror scene.
Yeah,
Oh
like,
my god,
now
I
you
love
finally find out who the Flash is. I don't know who this is.
that. Yeah.
And then with Flash in the bathroom, he like walks out, and another supervillain is like saying to Lex Luthor, who's Wally, "Aren't you gonna wash your hands?" He's like, "No, because I'm evil." I love that, man.
I'm pretty sure Lex's wife or his girlfriend too is like, "Hey Lex, let's go." And he's like, "Should I do this?"
I don't know. This is hard.
I don't know.
Wally's fun because he's like Barry is like almost Superman in personality.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about him. He's Superman. He's very personal.
Yeah.
Like if Superman saves you, he'll be like, "All right, you okay? You gotta go to the hospital. All right."
Yeah.
Flash saves you, he's like, "You gotta go to the hospital. What's your name? Like, let's
Yeah.
get personal." But like Wally, I always attest to him being like if Bart Simpson was a Flash.
Yeah.
Because he has a good humor to him, but at his core, he's gonna do the right thing.
My force.
Eat my force.
Eat my force.
And like Young Justice Wally is like
Young
awesome.
Justice Wally is fantastic.
He's great, yeah.
I love it.
To that effect, Impulse is also very great.
Yeah, Impulse is the one that's like, fucking, I'm from the future.
Yeah, he's
Ooh.
hyperactive.
Yeah.
He's like if like fucking Bugs Bunny had the speed force.
Yeah. He's Jesus. Impulse is a fucking trip.
Oh my goodness! What?
He's fucking like putting all the rocks back.
Reverse Flash's name.
Oh, Reverse Flash.
it just
Eobard Thawne.
Yeah, I
Eobard
was gonna
Thawne,
say it was
yep.
fucking backwards.
That guy's fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
Thawne's crazy.
He's literally
Like
crazy.
the idea of
He's
just
insane.
like this obsessive killer who can move faster than anything else.
Yeah, and he could literally kill anyone they wanted at any time. Besides, obviously,
I think one of the
people.
coolest things that I've seen, like one of my favorite, we can actually get into that. One of your favorite lines from a hero or a villain,
Like a quote, yeah.
like a quote, is I really like Thawne's relation to Barry, and Thawne being like, no matter what you do, I can come back and I can fuck everything up.
Then he dies.
I can die right now, and I'd be happy knowing that you're fucked up.
Yeah.
There's infinite me's, one of you.
Yeah, as
Like-
long as you're miserable, I'm happy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't care what happens to me. Like that's one of the craziest villains to like deal with.
Yeah.
And he's so calm about it.
I could destroy the whole world, and that'd be totally fine.
Yeah,
right?
and he's just
destroy
like-
your world too.
The other funny thing with him is just like, yeah, I can. I have the power. Like he makes it known. He's like, you can do everything that I do, but I'm willing to take it that one step further.
Yes, I'm like you, but a gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Better.
I'm you, but
I'm you
better.
with like less short of a more short fuse.
I'll give it to David. Who are you?
I'm you, but stronger.
But lines, quotes.
Yeah, lines and quotes. Like there's different things from different characters.
Or in which one was it? One of the X-Men movies where they're Xavier and Magneto are getting everyone together. They find Wolverine at a bar, and they're like, "Hey, we're looking for people. Fuck off." And then, and then they just
What
like,
a
okay.
better way to sum up Wolverine's character. Like, that is Logan to a core. Hey,
Yeah.
we're looking for you. Fuck off.
Fuck
like,
off.
oh, it's so good.
That's very Wolverine. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, indeed.
Yeah, we found him. Told me to fuck off.
On like on the surface level, the first thing that comes to mind is the Green Lantern Oath.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That sums up everything those characters are.
It's like, every time you hear it, it doesn't matter even if it is a shitty Ryan Reynolds movie. You're just like,
Because like
yeah.
I like seeing it in the context of like a Green Lantern getting back up. Of like, you know what, In brightest day, in darkest night, no evil shall escape my sight.
Usually when they're getting the shit kicked in,
For all,
they start saying it.
For all those who worship evil's might, beware my power. Green Lantern's like, beware my power is where I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah, you see the ring light up.
Yeah,
and, like, he gets that cool just like outline, and you're like, oh, here he goes.
Because it's like a war creed, you know?
Exactly. Well, that's the other thing. If we want to keep talking about lanterns and stuff, which is a big thing around our household right now, has been Green Lantern.
For whatever reason.
For some reason, it just happens.
Because of Grant Morrison, man.
Going
right Green Lantern.
Who knows?
It brought it up.
Fucking the ultraviolet shit is really cool. Especially in Jon Stewart. I really like that idea.
That's
on
neat.
Like
a former
military guy.
And someone who's usually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I never realized all the other lanterns have an oath.
Oh yeah,
or a creed to their thing.
They do. Yeah.
And like I started reading, like I read the Orange Lantern one for Greed, and I was like, wow, that's fucked up. Like
it's just mine, right?
Yeah, it's mine. Yeah.
Mine.
And then like I sit there and I read the Blue Lantern one, and I was like, oh, it's pretty much just it's like adjacent to the
because the blue ones are so close to the green
exactly.
ones. The blue ones are useless without the Green Lanterns. Because Hope and Will are
Hope and Will are tied together.
I remember they did the Red Lanterns in I want to say Injustice had the Red Lantern. The dude was talking about it.
Do you mean like in cartoon or in video game?
In the video game. I'm
okay,
pretty sure
Injustice 2. Atrocitus is in there.
Yeah, and he's in a cat too.
Yeah,
right?
Dexter.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, David loves Dexter.
Dexter is amazing.
Just a cat, and it's a cat from Earth too. So that's your Earth Red Lantern.
So did the cat willingly put that, or did it like fall on his tail or something?
What happened
like
was that cat's owner died from a burglary.
Yeah,
and the cat kind of like.
Lots of shit.
Was like huddled up to her corpse and stuff like that, saying, "Hey, wake up!" It's kind of like the adjacent to the Lion King thing.
Yeah.
But the cat was like going to the cat's thoughts. Is like, "Don't worry, I'll kill those who hurt you. I'll kill everything."
Yeah.
You know what's funny about
a Red Lantern ring was just like rage.
Yeah, right. You know what's funny about the Indigo tribe, which is like the Indigo Corps of Lanterns. They're based off compassion, but they're kind of like corrupted. Where like if you get an Indigo ring. Like not only do you not want to hurt people, but you can't. Like you get the Indigo ring and you like I'm gonna punch you, oh but I can't. Why can't I hurt you? Yeah. It's because the ring is forcing you to be compassionate and peaceful, which is like
that's interesting.
Yeah, it's an opposition to like the Red Lantern where it's like here's all your rage.
Yeah, use it.
When people have brought up like characters who get lantern rings, the most I've heard is Red Lanterns.
Well, yeah, I mean it's easy to make an angry character.
Yeah.
And everything. We were actually having a cool discussion in the car the other day when we were running errands. This guy on a Facebook group that we're part of called All Nerd Everything. Shout out to you guys. I can't remember his name, and I'd love to tag him in it. But anyways, he posted a question, and it was if you could give a Green Lantern ring, specifically a Green Lantern, to anyone in fiction. Who would you do and why?
I like that narrowing down.
Exactly.
One, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just a Green Lantern ring. Because, I mean, from then on, I assume he's just going to post, like, if you could do this one, if you could do this one, if you could do this one. And it was a cool picture that he posted with it, because it was all the Green Lanterns after they just, like, did their war cry, and everything, all holding their arms up, the lasers going out, and it was just, like, cool seeing everyone. Like, all the Green Lanterns around, like, Hal Jordan,
Guy.
Yeah, Guy. Kyle, Kilrog, like just like all of them were there. And it was neat seeing like, oh yeah, there's like a weird bat species out there and he's a Green Lantern too. Like, it's just weird seeing like...
The aliens.
Yeah, like alien... Yeah, you wouldn't think like, oh, that guy looks fucking evil. Just like his species in general. Huge teeth, giant wings and stuff like that. He's a Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Like there's like a weird like slime monster and it's just got like a Green Lantern ring which is like stuck on a tendril.
Yeah, I like
or something.
that.
And it's just like, I was like, oh yeah, they can all do that.
I like that the ring can adjust to species.
Exactly. And it was neat seeing a lot of people's answers and stuff. Some people were very creative with their answers. Others were not so creative, but that's okay. A lot of people were linking it back to anime characters like Luffy and Naruto.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, that obviously they'd get it.
Yeah.
Me and David thought a little bit harder, tried to get into different things. I was like, oh man, I want to see Odysseus from like the Odyssey with one. Because like his whole thing was being smart, having the willpower to move on, being an absolute crazy leader, and then getting home. And just the amount of willpower that man needed to get through sirens, to get through, like, everything. I was like, perfect candidate right there. Great. David.
Actually, it was Jon Snow.
Yeah, you wanted Jon Snow from Game of
You
Thrones.
know nothing.
You know nothing. Can you imagine? He like says the whole creed, powers up. Somebody just, you know nothing. And it just turns off.
Sinestro is just like, you know nothing.
You're right. You're right.
No, you're right.
I don't know
Yeah,
anything.
so like we'll post that question to you. If you could give anyone in fiction a Green Lantern ring, Brandon, you as well. I mean, I'm not trying to keep you out of this one.
No, I still have to think. You asked it yesterday, and I still don't even.
Yeah.
Couldn't really say.
One off the top of my head would be like, I don't know if it would work, but like some human in like the future of Terminator.
That'd be
Like
cool.
one of the Resistance fighters.
Well,
from
yeah.
Terminator.
you could give it to
What's his name?
John Connor.
John Carter. Yeah. Because imagine that. Because like it's like you're fighting a resistance against this unkillable machine force, and like you're still fighting. You still haven't given up. You still have hope, and you still have the will to fight.
Yeah, and you're fighting literally something that has no numbers.
Yeah.
It will just keep coming.
Just making like a giant Terminator himself out of the ring and just stomping on them.
Oh, yeah, that'd be rad as
That would
fuck.
change the tides. Deadpool would be interesting because it's like, I know
Yeah.
Deadpool, but like,
Yeah.
it's interesting because A, there's a Ryan Reynolds joke there waiting to happen, but B, because like you
No
can't.
shitty CGI masks.
It's tough because like you can't kill him, but does that determine willpower?
Yeah.
Because if you try to kill me and I refuse to die, that's willpower. But if you try to kill him and he doesn't die, is it the same? You know?
Yeah.
I guess Wolverine probably assets to that a little bit
Yeah.
more.
I mean, Wolverine.
Rage.
Yeah,
Oh, you
obviously,
get
you
rage.
give him a red one,
Ah.
if anything.
Bob.
Yeah. Brandon, do you have anybody?
Oof. Off the top of my head, I'm still thinking. But
It's weird because like you're just sitting there and you're just like, oh, any main character from any show.
Yeah, because will is the
Yeah,
hardest
no.
to be
Yeah.
like, because a lot of people have that.
Yeah,
a lot
it's
of people
like,
are
oh, yeah.
determined.
Also, a lot of people mistake like passion and compassion and
Yes.
etc.
And stuff like
with
that for willpower, and it's like,
Or
well, I
like
mean-
rage with willpower.
Who's the
It's
main
like,
character from Undertale?
Oh God,
Fran? Fan?
Flynn.
Finn?
Finn?
No,
I
Fran?
can't remember.
That was Fran.
It's something with an F.
It starts. Yeah, it's a very out there name. Like not out there name.
I mean, that whole game is about getting determination, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such determination. I mean, they say it after every big thing that
Such
happens.
Yeah.
determination. Yeah.
Determination, willpower. That'd be stupid.
Rocket Raccoon.
Rocket Raccoon. Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
I have the will to not be a villain.
Thanks, Satan.
Thanks.
Satine.
Satine.
So while Brandon thinks of a character, the other interesting thing about seeing that picture of all the Green Lanterns together is just the variations in uniform. I have the very this is what a Green Lantern looks
Oh,
like.
yeah. It's like
The
three
black
colors.
with the green triangle around their neck,
Yep.
leading to the lantern right here.
Yep.
The green boots and the green gloves, and everything. That's like a classic-ish kind of Green Lantern.
Sure,
to me.
it's vintage.
Vintage lantern.
Spandex,
Yeah.
quote unquote.
But like there was this
The
guy who was
age.
wearing it was just like baggy combat pants,
Uh-huh.
almost huge boots, had like a Nightwing mask going on,
Okay.
and then like a nice, almost biker jacket.
I was gonna say the ring's making his suit, huh? You can almost make anything you want.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Exactly.
Like Guy and Hal usually do the same thing. Like
Yeah.
John doesn't do the mask or the gloves,
Yeah.
but Guy does kind of like a Letterman's vest kind
Mm-hmm.
of deal with his, and Kyle does the big bulky mask, and his Green Lantern symbol isn't the same. It's half green, half black.
Yeah.
So yeah, lanterns have free range to do whatever they want with their costumes.
And there was another one that I saw that I really really liked, and it was just on his left arm, all the way to the midpoint of his chest on a diagonal. It was all black,
Yeah.
had a white line, and then the rest of it was green.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's
And I was like, that's neat.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
That's pretty cool.
And just seeing all the different variations in costumes was really neat. And I was like, man, I want to see Red Lanterns do that, and other Sinestro get a new fucking costume. Jesus,
Rainbow
Sinestro,
Lantern.
Sinestro, you have 3 costumes.
yeah.
You got
Fucking
green,
pick one,
you got
yeah.
yellow, and you got that blue, but you still have the yellow. That fucking Super Friend Sinestro. Yeah. I kind of like that one. Because it shows he's not affiliated to any team yet. He's like, no, I'm the only Yellow Lantern.
Yeah.
It's me, only me.
So stick it.
Yeah.
Only me.
Beware my power. You fucking nerd. Remember that bit in Forever Evil where Sinestro catches that Earth 3 version of Hal, and that Hal's corrupted by an evil ring. He's like, please, and Sinestro cuts off his arm,
Yeah.
and the evil Hal's like, thank you. And Sinestro's like, you're welcome, vaporize.
Yeah, it just kills him. You know what? You're okay.
Twirls mustache.
Yeah, twirls
Yes.
mustache.
My incredibly evil look. Come on, his name is Sinestro.
I know.
born
He
to be
looks
evil.
like Satan.
The word sin is in
Yeah.
his name.
Or Sinister, yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
his name is just a derivative of Sinister. Like,
how could we not have seen this coming?
yeah, you see all the Guardians sitting around, they got like a fucking chalkboard.
Fuck.
They're just like, oh shit. Fuck, we shouldn't have given him this power.
Oh,
Now we
what
can't take it
about,
away.
What about He-Man as a Green Lantern?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That'd be pretty cool.
Activates his He-Man powers, then activates his Wing powers.
I have the
power.
beware.
So where my power?
Beware the power I have.
He'd be a Grey Lantern.
It'd be really
Or
hard
Grey
to
Skull.
or on the same vein, what's his name?
Lino.
Lino, yeah, easily.
Thundercats, beware my power.
Yeah, beware my power.
Oh, it's evil.
Stop mixing metaphors. I just
Skeletor. The Green Lantern.
beware my power, He-Man.
He-Man.
I like imagining Skeletor as like a 12-year-old on COD. She's like, fuck you, noob.
Oh, yeah, fuck you, Green Lantern.
Get pwned, ass dick.
His like
dick.
Just like really vulgar.
his ring powers would probably just be him making like a bigger version of himself to kick He-Man's ass.
How do you like this shit? I just love vulgar ass.
yeah.
Go.
Oh, yes.
You could do a whole podcast on Skeletor's ridiculousness. I could read a book about the things you don't know. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, could you?
Yeah.
I probably could too.
Could you read a book, Skeletor?
Or when he goes through the portal and punches
Oh, he
the
punches
glass.
the glass.
Punch the glass out?
How?
Oh, man.
What?
There was a...
How?
Me and David, a while ago, like, maybe 2 months ago, we started watching He-Man on Netflix.
I remember,
And
yeah.
everything. And we haven't gone back to it. I mean, we've been busy watching other shit.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like our back filter air while we were playing League or something.
Yeah.
And oh my god, one of the episodes opened up with Skeletor like calling all of his like minions in,
Oh, yeah.
and just like him like naming off their powers
Yeah.
was the funniest shit. Because he was like, yes, and what was it,
Beastman?
Triclops?
It was,
Or something.
yeah,
He's like, Triclops, I need your gamma ray eye to see through objects. And it's just like, all he's doing is standing there looking at a rock. And he's just like,
It's just like a weird
that's
setup.
not a rock. And it
There's
just like
like-
turns invisible and there's a satellite in it.
Yeah, there's like.
And I was like, yeah, good way of getting that fucking power across. Like, holy shit.
This
And
is
then
a
he's just
rock.
like, and at the end of it, he's just like, and Evil Lynn. And he just teleports behind her, grabs her, and teleports out.
Oh.
And it's like, what does she do? Like,
The
what's
only,
her power?
The only person who can be evil and Lynn at the same time.
Yeah. Or like my favorite guy in fucking Skeletor's band of goons is
The fish guy.
the fish guy's fucking hilarious. He is super funny. But it's the guy who has like the cannon arm
Okay.
and he
Yeah.
can like put different attachments to it.
Yeah, he constantly can change his arm. He's
Yeah.
basically Hos Delgado before Hos Delgado.
Yeah, it's fucking like he just and it's always like a bright pink like barrel that he sticks on.
A barrel. Okay, sure.
It straight looks like a penis.
Yeah.
Like he really looks like he's just like, you'll never fight my concussion ray, and he just puts on like a huge dick and fires a laser out of it.
Is Triclops' only power seeing through stuff?
Yeah, and he's like super
He
strong.
must have 3 different things.
Yeah, he's got like
three
a
eyes, so-
triangle eye, a regular eye, like a square eye.
Okay,
And
because
each
I was
one
going
of
to
them is like a
say,
different vision.
you don't
And
want
he's just kind of strong.
you don't want a guy who's got multiple visions on your fucking team.
Yeah.
That's like in the X-Men. There's this character named Cypher whose powers he can read and understand any language.
Well, I
I mean,
suppose
that's pretty
it's
useful.
but-
How often is it useful?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
With the X-Men, when
you
they're
might as well
constantly
put him in, like,
traveling to
the
different
FBI.
areas, that's probably...
It's like, what does he say?
With the X-Men in space?
Yeah, but X-Men have alien members,
That's true.
and some of the X-Men come from different countries. Colossus is Russian, Nightcrawler is German.
Yeah, but what if you don't got fucking
Yeah, Nightcrawler's German.
Poofy Boy and Colossus around, huh?
Then you have Poofy Boy
Then
come
you
to
gotta be
you,
wishing for Cypher.
and you have
What are
Poofy
you,
Boy.
Chuck
You'll
bring-
be wishing for Cypher.
What are you, a fucking
You'll
Cypher
need
shield?
him.
Yeah, I'm white knighting for Cypher right now.
I'm just saying,
Anyway,
like, when you're-
Cypher's a real X-Man.
Yeah, he's a real X-Man. Fucking dick.
I'm just saying, if your power is something someone can learn,
Exactly. It's not.
Or what about, what is that other dude who could like tattoo powers onto people, but it took some of his own will to do so. Like, so if he
Ink?
tattooed, was that his name?
Ink maybe
I think he
from
could,
the X-Men.
he ended
Yeah.
up going into a coma because he gave someone like Phoenix powers,
Yeah.
and that was too much. That was like because he could give people like Tiger powers, and they would be like it would kind of make him tired, and he'd have to kind of sit out for a bit. But then someone wanted like Phoenix powers, and he gave it, and he went into a coma and never heard of him again because they didn't.
Because who wants to write
Yeah.
this guy? Like,
He could if you gonna say if they didn't make him like pass out after every inking that he did. They could just make him really overpowered.
Cypher is a lot like that one member of G.I. Joe who's like based on like undersea travel.
Yeah.
It's like where are you gonna?
We're never gonna need you.
Yeah,
Or
we're never
like
gonna
the-
need you.
Or
But
the snow guy, like, dude, just stay in the snow. Like we don't need you
Yeah.
right now.
It's like the old Aquaman, like
Yeah.
back in the Super Friends days. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, we're going to the ocean, but 20 episodes from now, Aquaman, so just sit out.
yeah,
or it's
you know
like
what? Be
those-
over there.
There's like those spin-off Batman toys, like Undersea Batman. Use him on an undersea adventure, and it's like this toy is only useful for one.
He's got
plot.
like flippers on that don't come off.
Yeah,
they're
so-
bat flippers. No.
Because bats go underwater.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, all the time. We got time for another topic if you want to bring one up.
Yeah. So
we kind of went from Green Lantern to swimming Batman.
yeah, it's fine. We're still on the topic of like favorite lines and whatnot.
Mhm.
Because Skeletor has a bunch of great lines. I've said one of my favorites and everything. Rafi has done one of his. David, is there like a Doctor Strange quote you want to share with us, or like?
But
Or
the
just,
horror,
it doesn't have to be him. Just like a line you really like.
There
that
was
you've
one of
seen
them-
the character do,
There was one
and
of
you're
them.
just like, yeah, this guy.
One of them came from Thanos. I was trying to look for the comic panel for it. It was the premise of it was Thanos is looking for his older clone, apparently.
yes, because in Infinity War, the May gets made second Thanos.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Thanos was out searching for him to get rid of him, and those two did battle, and it ended up both of them killing each other.
Is that the I'm you but stronger?
No. At the end of it, Death walks up to Thanos, and Death was all in like a weird like black wedding gown thing with like a black rose.
Mm-hmm.
And Thanos, I forgot what he was saying. I was trying to look for it.
Bip, bip.
She's like, hey baby,
No, it was like
feel my old
Thanos.
self. How you doing?
Thanos is like, "Oh my God, you finally noticed me. Yes."
senpai.
And he was just kind of like on his last breath, and he was like praising her,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, "Oh, what have you come here to do?" And Death walks up to him, hands him a rose, and just walks off. And Thanos
Uh-huh.
is like, "Ah, yes, I understand," and he like dies.
He dies because that was like the last thing that.
I have two that
Like-
kind of spun off of his.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was trying to look for it, man. It was really good. It really drove the feels.
One of them, I think one of them was from Thanos. No, it was Thanos related. It's actually from a Squirrel Girl comic
Okay.
where Squirrel Girl had the fight. I think it was in like the mid-2000s, but Squirrel Girl fights Thanos and defeats him.
And wins, yep.
And then
Off panel.
The Watcher comes by.
the Watcher comes by and he goes, "You've defeated Thanos," and that wasn't even the clone. That was the real Thanos. Like almost like telling the fan base, like, "No, that was the real one, not the clone or anything."
Yes, you Squirrel defeated
Didn't she do that,
the
like,
real
against-
Thanos.
She beat Doctor
Doom,
Doom,
yeah,
and
she-
like
Galactus.
Ultron.
It was really
She
funny
did
too
the
because
That's
she
the
beat
joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
she beat
It's
Doctor
unbeatable.
Doom like off panel too. Like
She beats
she
everyone.
was
off
No,
panel,
she
I mean.
filled Doctor Doom's like armor with squirrels.
yeah.
Is how she beat
Hey,
it.
that would suck. It's not gonna.
the-
To be fair,
Yeah.
that would fuck with my magic powers
Yeah,
too.
the other one I got is there's this Hulk story that David and I have done on Compafay called Hulk Future Imperfect.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
The premise is that the Hulk gets sent to the future, and he's sent to this future that's like irradiated and kind of like post-apocalyptic. And the person that rules the last city on Earth is the Hulk, but he's stuck in Hulk form. He's all old and kind of bumpy looking, and he goes by the Maestro. And
yeah.
he's also like this like super genius, but he's also a despot that rules over.
Mhm.
And when Hulk fights the Maestro, Hulk tells him like, "Of all the villains I've fought, I hate you the most." And it's because you know that's the worst case scenario for the Hulk,
Yep.
where he's not a rage monster anymore. He's just a monster who takes over everything.
Shit.
I like that
That's
bit.
cool.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah.
Wait.
I mean, this doesn't have to just be limited to like
yeah.
to just comic books and stuff like that. Like, I find the best villains have like just like one line that you're like, yeah.
Hey, to
This is
bring
cool.
up a recent one, in that fucking Shattered Grill, Shattered Grill.
Oh yeah, in Shattered Grid.
Tommy Oliver flipping burgers.
Yeah,
They could have been gods.
In Shattered Grid,
Yes.
you're talking about like the
Yeah.
they can be gods,
Where
right?
Lord Draken stands up and he's
Yeah.
like, "I'll make them realize they could have been gods."
Yeah,
Another-
right there. That hooks you right
And it's
in.
like fucking Power Rangers.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Power
Another
Rangers are
one
cool
that-
again.
Yeah.
Another one that I liked comes
Never
from
stopped
another
being cool.
hero, the good old hero Deku.
Yeah.
One of them was when he saves Ida, and he goes, "To meddle is the essence of a hero."
Yeah, like to
And-
get in the way is I love that. That shit's cool. There's like another thing. It's not really a line. It's more of just like kind of showing stuff. It's an old anime that I watched called Buso Renkin. And then what happens is the characters get this cool little hexagon thing that it turns into a weapon that represents you at your core. For some people, it's like, yeah, spot on. Others, you kind of have to like think about it because like there's one guy that gets like a fucking mech suit.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't understand how. Okay, but the main character, and it's when the main character's mentor and his love interest are both talking and watching him train and everything, and he's training with a spear, or like this big ass lance thing, and they're sitting there and they're talking and they're like, why do you think it manifested into a lance? And his mentor goes, well, he's sticking his nose into everything. And I was like, that's so fucking good! Like, I love that!
Yeah.
But yeah, like, just different shit like that.
I got two more.
Yeah.
First one is a line from my favorite turtle, Raphael, where in Injustice 2 he fights against, like, Black Adam, and Black Adam's like, you dare fight a god? And Raph's like, gods are nothing to New Yorkers. And I'm like, that's Raph.
Yeah, that's Raph right there.
That's Raph. Shit, what was the other one? Oh, it's a classic line from Ghostbusters, where they go to talk to the mayor of New York, and the main dude, the main dude is like, what is it? One of the Ghostbusters is like, Dickless over here did this, and then the mayor's like, is that true? And then fucking Bob, what's his name?
Oh,
the actor Bob.
No, it's Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. Bill Murray is like, it's true, sir. This man has no dick.
Yeah.
So good, Brandon. Do you have a line from a character that you really like?
What? Well, it wasn't. It's not even Marvel or DC. I remember.
Yeah.
I've actually said this to you before, but it's It was a Star Wars comic, and it was Darth Vader. Is a dude talking to Darth Vader? He's like, "You killed my father." Then he's like, "I've killed many fathers." you have to be more specific.
In that same line with Darth Vader, Darth Vader has just a bunch of really good quotes from in his extended universe stuff. Like just from Rogue One, when what the fuck was the guy's name that was like, "Am I still in charge?"
Oh yes.
Or something like that. Where he's like, "Am I still in charge?" And he's like, doing that, and Darth Vader turns around. And he's force choking this guy just a little bit, just so he knows. He's like, be careful not to choke on your aspirations. And then lets him go and walks off like a fucking cheat. I was like, damn! That's so good! But my favorite line from Darth Vader is after he learns of something that happens on Tatooine, and he just like, for some reason, he's like on a fucking mission to go there and do a thing. And he gets down, he goes through an entire fleet of rebels, and everything, all of Red Squad, all of Blue Squad, all of them. Crashes his fucking TIE fighter down, gets out of it, and all of these rebels show up, and they're like, we're gonna fucking kill him today, guys. And they're like, Vader, we have you surrounded, blah, blah, blah. And he's just like, I'm just surrounded by fear and dead men. And I was like, oh, it's so good! And he kills everyone.
Another really good quote from Thanos is, science and a benevolent nature have allowed thousands of different species to flourish beyond their capability of their environments to sustain them.
Yeah, like, Thanos is just like, he's a G. Like, I fucking love
straight G.
Or Guardians of the Galaxy, to Yondu's like, he may be your father, but he's not your daddy.
But he's not your daddy? It's so good. Oh my god, there's like,
That one.
The perfect line sells a character for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one was good, but it was definitely. Oh man, the first Guardians of the Galaxy was so good. The second one was okay. I won't say I loved it as much as the first one, but I definitely.
That's a fair statement.
It was really silly. The second one, it was like extra silly. I know the first one was silly too, but
see, I just like the second one because I feel like it takes all the characteristics we know from the first one and just fleshes them out more. Like, I like it from the standpoint of like, oh look, these characters are actually like evolving and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the bit with Drax and Mantis.
Yeah.
Where he's like, oh yeah, me and my daughter would play and all this shit, and she touches him and she feels his sadness, and he's not crying.
Yeah.
But she just bawls her eyes out because that's how Drax feels. That's crazy to me.
Man,
Yeah. Positive.
Alright.
Okay, and I guess to round this off, in the last thing here, your favorite event from comic book. I mean, you can do.
I don't know if it's considered an event. Now that you mention it, but any of the kills the Marvel universe, I really like.
Yeah, that idea.
I mean, I don't want to limit this just to comic books and stuff like that. Maybe you have a favorite arc from a story that you like,
Sure,
or something like that. Just like, I mean, I consider arcs events in
some
general.
kind of crossover movie.
Yeah, some kind of crossover movie or something like that. Just
Yeah.
like a thing that you're like, fuck yeah.
You know, I don't have an interest in these movies, but I know they're doing a crossover. Remember that movie Unbreakable with Bruce Willis? And then Split with James McAvoy.
Yeah.
Really?
They're doing a movie called Glass, which is about Samuel Jackson's character Glass.
Yeah.
And it's gonna have the guy from Unbreakable and the guy from Split in there.
Unbreakable Glass.
And they're gonna both go after the Unbreakable guy.
Huh.
So that's kind of a weird crossover, but I thought that was kind of...
Yeah, it is kind of neat. So I think my favorite event so far that I've seen is just Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
fucking love Flashpoint.
Yeah, that is really cool.
It's
It's
one of
like-
those one and done kind of like you create a universe, but you don't stick around.
Yeah,
in it
you
too
don't
long.
stick in
Yeah,
it, and
there's
you don't
nothing,
have
like,
to. That's the
super
thing.
expand-
Yes.
You've established everything in the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like in seeing the, correct me if I'm wrong because I haven't. Flashpoint's my favorite event because I've heard enough about it to know what goes on.
Have you seen the animated movie?
I've seen the animated movie. That's what I was asking.
You got
Is
the
that-
gist.
Is that okay? Yeah.
That's the
Just
that's the
seeing
bullet
like
point version.
yeah, just seeing like how Aquaman freaks the fuck out, goes to war with the Amazons,
Yes.
and everything, and just like that scene in London, fucking awesome.
There's especially cool elements in there where like
Everyone dies.
Deathstroke is a pirate
Mhm.
and he has like members of kind of the Aquaman cast.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
his
exactly.
crew.
Like when Deathstroke showed up with fucking like Black
The
Manta
Ocean
and like
Master,
Lex
yeah.
Luthor for some reason
I think so,
was
yeah.
on the boat
Maybe.
and everything, and yeah, and Ocean Master was
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And then just like that whole fight scene with just like the Atlanteans climbing up the side of the boat. I've always wanted to see Atlantean warfare.
Yeah, Atlanteans versus Amazonians is always a cool idea.
Yeah.
Because they're both close enough in mythology that they
Mhm.
would fight.
And most of the time, it ends up being because all the Atlanteans. I'm pretty sure, besides the special forces, were dudes, and it was like dudes versus girls half the time. That's what I noticed.
Dudes and chicks,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Who's better?
Seeing like Atlantean armor and just like the cool ray gun they have on one side and like the huge blade
They
on
like
the other.
fins kind of
Yeah.
on their like shoulder blade.
Yeah, it's just like Atlanteans are so sick.
And there's cool elements to that universe where like Flashpoint Batman.
Yeah, Flashpoint Batman
big
is
deal.
awesome.
Yeah, he's
Flashpoint
super cool.
Plastic Man is a serial killer with plastic powers.
Of course he is.
Flashpoint Shazam is 7 kids that yell
Yeah.
Shazam
Yeah.
and turn
They
into
have
one
to fuse
dude.
into one.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah, that was cool seeing
Them getting
like in the movie
Yeah.
and everything, seeing like all of them turn back into that,
Yeah.
and then Wonder Woman just killing them.
Oh yeah.
Like I was
Kill
like,
the
oh
kids.
shit, she straight just killed Billy. Like
And like the world's fucked up because Cyborg is your Superman.
yeah, he's
yeah,
supposed to-
Cyborg's your Superman, and seeing Superman
Oh,
in a different light.
malnourished. Yeah.
Yes, in a different light where it's like, oh, he's an alien, fucking lock him up.
Yeah.
And everything. And it's not like, oh, something crashed in fucking Kansas.
No,
and
all that
whatever.
changes that landed somewhere else.
Didn't he crash land like the middle of a city and just
Yeah.
obliterate
Right in the
it?
middle of Metropolis,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and it's crazy because you think like you can get like 20 stories out of just changing where the pod lands.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say
Exactly.
the Russia
I'd-
one where he landed in like Soviet Russia.
Yeah, Red Sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see.
There's a whole episode. Just if Superman landed here, what would happen?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be a good idea.
I'd really like to see what happens if he like lands in Egypt.
He'd be really bored if he landed in New Hampshire.
Like,
Hey.
I guess.
I mean, Aquaman's from Maine, which is just North New Hampshire.
yeah, but
like,
he got lobster.
Yeah, he's
yeah,
got
he's
lobster.
got lobster.
He can drop his eyes.
I really want to see a Aquaman at some point talk like an actual guy from like Maine.
He doesn't. It's weird.
Yeah,
he
he-
talks
like,
kind of
he's-
like royalish.
Yeah, he always sounds very. I mean, that could just be like, yeah, I've spent enough time.
He's
His
been a
Atlantean
king.
accent.
He's been a king for like 4 years, so I guess
Yeah.
you ping up the accent.
Yeah, but like, I really want to hear him talk like he's from. Like, if he gets angry and he's just like, I'm gonna fucking beat him up. Like,
He still probably has, in most of the times that I've seen him animated and have a voice, he still talks with like the classic superhero voice most of the time.
yeah.
Like when you think like back in the 50s,
Ma.
he still
Yeah.
has that voice usually.
But like, he grew up in
Anyway.
fucking Maine. Like,
I know.
Yeah.
come on.
Yes, I'm
Brendan, do you have a favorite
Yeah,
event?
Brandon, do you have a
that you
favorite
wanna bring
event or like an arc?
up? Just any
Of
big
something.
thing.
Yeah, just any big thing that happened. Like for an example, like Bleach's Hueco Mundo arc. At one point, that was fucking rad to watch. Just seeing like
No,
it was like I like the bound arc. Fuck off. Anyways, but just like seeing be like a tournament, but not. It's like a weird take on a tournament arc because it was just like I'm stopped, fight this guy. I'm stopped, fight this guy.
Yeah, like this, that is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's not a tournament, but there's like fight
Yeah.
arc.
Fight after fight after fight
Just
after fight.
Just fuck fight.
And it was just like
Plus
all these
there
characters
was,
that got established. Finally, they're just unleashing on each other.
And plus, the Espadas were nothing to laugh at, too.
Yeah, exactly. It was a bunch of characters that were really fun to
Yeah.
fight against, and like see what they can do, and just really take what we had known and just shake it up, and everything. But yeah, it can be something like that. It can.
I got an anime one.
Yeah.
I only watched like probably 3 animes.
That's fine.
I'm gonna go back to Dragon Ball for a minute.
Yeah.
for me, like, it's kind of recent, but like the Universal Survival arc.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, that's the Tournament of Power, right?
The last 20 or 30 episodes.
Yes,
basically.
it was all different universes in the Dragon Ball universe
Yeah.
coming together for a big fight. I like that because, like, for one thing, when Dragon Ball did tournaments, it was traditional tournaments, like in a battle arena, and those were cool too. I remember the first in original Dragon Ball, like one of the first tournaments was like, oh, little kid Goku and little kid Krillin, and like Krillin actually gets the advantage by grabbing his tail and stuff.
Yeah.
But in the Tournament of Power, it's really cool because like you have so many interesting concepts or characters.
Oh,
like there's these two Namekians, and I told you guys about these two Namekians who fuse with their entire race of Namekians to become stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And like there are the Pride Troopers who are basically Power Rangers, and one of them
there's like the fucking Broly character that shows up.
Oh yeah, the female Broly. Yeah.
The two Saiyans from different places.
Kale, yeah. You have like one like Power Rangers kind of allegory character who has like mode changes.
Oh yeah, he can go to speed mode or strength mode.
You have two bug characters that are like really small, so it's like when someone gets hit, it's like maybe he's invincible. No, he's just really small.
Yeah, that comes to like just tournament arcs in general and stuff. I fucking love them because one, it's action after action after action after action. Watching it, but then like just watching our characters that we've known for so long, and then they actually sit there and get tested.
Yes.
And everything. They're fighting people who are on equal footing with them.
Especially with Dragon Ball.
Yeah, especially with Dragon Ball.
Is going to be a risk.
Yeah.
If you lose.
You also gotta love that Goku's team is mostly people that used to want to kill him.
Yeah. Fucking Frieza's there for
Piccolo,
some reason.
Vegeta, Frieza, Boo. Like,
Hey, Frieza still wants to kill him. It's
Boo was there?
Yeah, but,
I figured
Boo
he
was
been
there.
I know
then,
Boo was there, but at the end he was just like, nah.
they wanted to segue Frieza in there.
Yeah,
Somehow.
he slept in, so Frieza had the sub for him.
Yeah.
It's just funny because when they announced that team, so many people were like, "But where's Yamcha though?"
Yeah.
Why would you bring Yamcha?
Yamcha was actually
For fuck's
right
sake.
before the tournament. Yamcha was like, "Oh, they'll I'm sure they'll invite me to the tournament soon." And he's like waiting around, like, and then it's like 40 minutes have passed. And
Well, they had
they had
that baseball episode.
Oh yeah, I know. Hey, he saved the world, okay?
That's what that fight was! Oh my god! So, there was a Death Battle cast a while ago, and it was Yamcha versus Aquaman.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, and people were just like, yeah, Yamcha wins, blah, blah, blah.
I hate that that's the fight.
Yeah, and they were like, Yamcha could just Kamehameha him and they're done. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
I hate that that's the fight because it's like Superman versus Goku, Martian Manhunter versus Piccolo.
Yeah.
Fucking, I don't know, this is a different universe, but like Captain Marvel versus Android 18.
Yeah.
And then it's like Aquaman
versus Yamcha. People have such a negative light on him, and it's insane.
Mm-hmm.
That man is just as strong as Superman.
Well,
He's
don't
just
worry. When that movie starring Lobo comes out called Aquaman.
Yeah.
Lobo Man.
No, they derived that from like
Aqua Lobo.
very, very early.
Yeah, that's like
Aquaman
super.
with,
They were like, oh yeah, Super Friends Aquaman. Oh, he doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
It's
and then
like,
for our generation, it's like, oh, fucking Mermaid Man from SpongeBob.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say Yamcha.
And that's
got
the
his,
thing.
leg
People were
broken
like,
by
even
him.
if he like the other people on the cast were like,
Yeah.
you know, even if they
We're underwater.
were underwater, you know, Aquaman still couldn't beat Yamcha, and it's like,
How many
what?
times has
Yamcha
Yamcha
is
fought
just a
underwater?
normal-
He's got to breathe.
He's got to
Yeah.
breathe.
But they were like, Yamcha can just fly over the water and blast Kamehameha
Yeah,
all
And
day.
then fucking Aquaman hucks his fucking
And Aquaman
shred
just
and-
throws a spear out and he's dead. Like,
He does the pose and everything. He's gonna end in that
he
fucking
reenacts
pose.
the Night King versus Viserion.
he just done.
Reenacts that scene from Anchorman where fucking Ben
Yeah,
Stiller's
yeah.
character does the
I killed a
trident.
man with a trident.
So you might want to hide that for
Yeah,
a
you
few
might wanna
days.
wait.
That
Well, for a
Aquaman
couple
movie was
days.
really good.
Ben Stiller. It's not even Ben Stiller.
Stiller is Aquaman.
It's not even him. I forget who it is. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say like, fuck, that Aquaman thing is like,
It gets me so riled up for no reason. Like,
it's because it's like there's enough animation
yeah.
to tell you Aquaman's cool.
Yeah, he's a badass.
There's the
It's
there's
just
the
kind of
animated.
like a joke almost. Like it's like
It's
you
a
gotta
meme
make
at
you
this
have
point.
to
Yeah.
make fun of him
Yeah.
just because it's like everyone's doing it.
So you got like the Flashpoint animated movie. You got like the
Yeah.
Justice League animated movies.
You
have
have
the
just
Justice
any
League
comic Aquaman
Justice
is
League
in.
cartoon, Young Justice, fucking Brave and the Bold.
Ironic. It's just like that's why they put Yamcha there too because everyone's like, ha, Yamcha loses all.
It
the
feels
time.
like every time after Super Friends when they put Aquaman in a cartoon, he's the badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether he's got a
when
hook
you're
hand or
on
not.
par with people like Batman, Superman,
Exactly.
Wonder Woman.
He's just Magic Superman.
You
Fucking
can't just-
Throne of Atlantis. We were talking about events. Throne of Atlantis was awesome.
Oh my god, yeah.
Drowns fucking, what is it, Boston?
Yeah.
Or
You
gonna
can't
say
just
done.
sit there and be like, my only power is I can talk to my goldfish.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah, I know it's like
that is like
Ugh, I
such a
roll my
little
eyes.
part
I roll
of
my
his
eyes.
power.
I have fond memories of doing Throne of Atlantis and
Oh my
fucking
God.
David being
That's our
like
favorite.
Boston, the band. As it's sinking.
All we have is Pearl Jam.
In the same
Hootie
way,
and the Blowfish retired.
Yeah, we used to be Earth, Wind, Water, and Fire.
Water.
And they kicked me out.
How's this Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Oh my
That
god.
comes full circle because when we did the Thor story, there was an Earth, Wind, and Fire joke in there.
Oh my God.
Do you
But
remember?
David, do you have a
I
favorite?
have a
event?
couple.
Yeah.
I really liked Fear Itself.
Fear
from
itself
Marvel.
from Marvel.
That was
where
really
Well, I'm not familiar with that.
the serpent from Norse mythology
So
comes
World
in.
Serpent?
Jormungand?
Yes.
What
Okay.
I've understood, it was like the serpent from Asgard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much chose.
Jormungand or Nidhogg? Because there's two.
I think it was Jormungand.
The one
Okay.
that's under the tree.
Well, that's Nidhogg. Okay, so yes,
Nidhogg. He chooses
essentially Satan.
He chooses specific people to be his herald.
Okay.
And he gives them like fucking crazy beyond godlike power.
Yeah,
he
they should get
chooses-
Oh.
He chooses Juggernaut,
The Hulk.
the Hulk,
Oh my
The Thing.
the Thing.
That's
and
rad!
The
I
Absorbing
think-
Man.
Yeah.
Nowhere I'll respond.
It's mostly like the tough people.
Okay. Yeah.
And pretty much they had to stop it, and pretty much like that's where like the Juggernaut was like fucking stupid strong, and that's when Colossus had to become the Juggernaut to stop the Juggernaut.
Is that around the time when like Hulk had the cool pants and like the huge hammer?
Yeah.
Hulk had the cool pants. Yes.
Yes.
that is-
Like the armor pants.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
had like armor on.
I'm just imagining him with the cool pants.
Well, it was like
I woke
like
up on a
tight
cool
fucking
set.
pants
Oh,
on, and they had
Kamado.
like just like lines over them
Yeah.
that led to like nodes.
No, what else
It was
cool is,
really cool.
Like the Avengers had to fight them, and to do that, like
Yeah.
fucking Iron Man went off into like the Asgardian weaponry and just made weapons out of
Yeah.
Asgardian materials. So like
Interesting.
Wolverine got like fire claws.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And
It
Iron
was
Man
a
had,
really cool.
Iron
man.
Man
I
had
really
Asgardian
liked
armor
it.
and shit. It was cool.
It's awesome.
And like Magneto literally lifted up like 20 odd like fucking battleships and crashed them on like Juggernaut,
That's awesome.
and Juggernaut like clean.
Yeah,
walking
he's just
through
walking
it.
through it. Yeah.
You're gonna
And
have the
then
dumb
they
power
brought
of
in Avalanche too.
walking through
Avalanche
Really?
Yeah.
and Avalanche like pretty much leveled the city,
Wow.
so like the Juggernaut can get off his course.
You want to know what's funny about Fear itself? It only happened because of Siege, and Siege
Yeah.
only happened because Norman Osborn was in charge of Shield, and Loki went to Norman Osborn and said like, "Hey, can you destroy Asgard?" And was like, "Yeah, sure."
I mean, I don't see why not.
That's it. The whole impetus behind these two big events is Loki
Yeah.
being like, "Fuck my dad." There's actually a really cool moment in that book where like Tony goes into the wreckage of Asgard looking for Odin,
yeah.
and he can't find him, and so he like, all right, and he takes out like a bottle of whiskey and starts drinking it. He breaks his vow of sobriety, and then Odin comes out like, all right, you got my attention. What's up?
I also really liked Original Sin. Original Sin
Yes.
was really good.
Original Sin was really, really good, and like they didn't. Here's the thing: Original Sin ends with Caucasian Nick Fury becoming the Watcher,
Yep.
Yeah.
and they didn't bring that up until recently with Exiles #1, like
Really?
a week ago. They didn't bring him up.
Wow.
But no, Original Sin's cool. They like there's a villain called the Orb in there who's just a giant
Yeah, he's just
eyeball
a guy
on a
with a giant
body.
eyeball.
Damn, he's like MODOK.
And doesn't he become like
With
the
an eye.
new Watcher?
He becomes like an evil
He
Watcher.
becomes the best
Yeah.
watcher.
Yeah, because instead of like the Watcher like looking at and observing critical events
From like the moon, this Watcher just walks around like looks in your window.
yeah.
He's
I
just like
think
got
he
his hand
only-
pressed against your
doesn't
window.
He only does like horrific events.
Well, no, he watches shit,
Okay.
and like someone will be like, "Don't try and stop me," and he'll be like, "Oh no, I'm only here to watch."
Yeah.
And like people ask him like, "You're a giant eyeball. How do you talk?" And he says like, "It was hard at first. It took a lot of. It usually came out as gurgling sounds, but I got used to it."
It became
What you're
coherent.
hearing is just systematic grunts.
You know Cypher?
One
I'm
event
better
I
than
like
that
to
guy.
learn.
Do
There's
you
one,
blink or wink? No.
There's one
Yes.
event I like to learn more about, and it's just because like I keep like reading samples of it at Double Midnight Comics.
Yeah.
Is Dark Knight's Metal.
Oh my god, that book is so fucking crazy. It
Look
would,
at
take,
metal.
it would take me 2 cups of coffee and an hour to properly explain that book. It's like a crisis event, but crazier.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It looks really cool, but Fear itself is my overall favorite.
That sounds awesome. I'll probably have to fucking go find a trade of it.
We did an episode on it, but I don't think anyone here was there.
No.
Let's see if I have a favorite event.
Mm-hmm.
Twitch just dies.
Yeah. Brandon, do you have an event that you really like?
Shoot. Crap.
That's my favorite event.
That's my favorite event.
Yeah.
It happens every so
You
get something?
every
Oh
so
fuck!
often.
It's not. It's kind of an event. It's like a graphic novel, Elseworlds kind of thing. Kingdom Come is a book that we're gonna do actually in a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I have that prepared. Kingdom Come is my favorite comic book story.
Really?
It's about the DC universe 50 years in the future, where all of the superheroes we know and love have kind of either retired or aren't as important, and they're replaced by these young 90s like irresponsible superheroes, and all they do is cause destruction and get in fights. It's like every day is a civil war.
Yeah, I remember that.
And like it's a metaphor by Mark Waid of being like, see, this is why like Image characters and Spawn and like all these 90s replacements are bad, because all they're doing is promoting ultra violence and fighting each other. Whereas all the old heroes who follow these traditional ways and try to protect people are ignored and pushed off to the background.
Interesting.
Like Superman comes out of retirement, and when he shows up, everyone's like, "Yay, Superman's back!" But the main character is like, "Oh no, this is a sign. If the world's gotten so bad that Superman had to come back, something horrible is going to happen."
I can kind of see where he's coming from, where like a bunch of these events were like, oh, Black Panther fights his neighbor.
I mean, yeah,
Whoa.
like
Diggleberg?
Killmonger!
But like, there's so many cool ideas that come from that book. There's an idea where like, Billy Batson, right, Shazam, is the like he's like the assistant of Lex Luthor because of mind control reasons.
Yep.
But he looks like Shazam, but he never like fights anyone.
Mm-hmm.
What you find out later is that he's in his Shazam form. Billy just grew up to look like Shazam.
Huh.
And there's like a diner in there. I think I mentioned this before, called Planet Krypton.
Yeah.
It's like Planet
Yeah, it's like
Hollywood,
Planet Hollywood,
but based off superheroes. And I love that idea because, again, if it existed, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be there,
Yeah.
eating a Spectre sandwich or a Green Lantern Club.
Yeah.
There's a meal called the Power Girl breast, like the Power Girl chicken breast, and it's like.
I get it.
And you know who founded Kingdom Come in that universe? Booster Gold.
Oh god.
Because of course he
That
did.
explains it.
Man.
My man.
Yeah, I can kind of see where it's
Kingdom
coming
has
from.
it has a great
With, like-
message about it. It's drawn by Alex Ross, so every image is a painting. It's awesome.
That's awesome.
Or those three, you know what? It's not exactly an event, but it's like the three animated movies where Batman comes out of retirement.
Oh, The Dark Knight Strikes Again.
Yep.
Based
Those
off one of the only good Frank Miller stories.
Those are so fun.
Those
The female Robin.
Yes, Carrie Kelly.
Yep.
There's a lot of bits in that book that are really great. Because it's all framed around the idea of like, without Batman, Gotham is just like more corrupt and more needing of a hero. And when he comes out, like it's a fanfare, you know. But
it's happy. Well,
the reason it was so good is because before Dark Knight Dark Knight Strikes Again, the thing everyone knew about Batman was Adam West.
Yeah.
And that's the Batman where you're like, I like him, but I don't take him seriously. Then that book comes out.
Yeah, and now you're like, oh shit.
And like people's heads are getting bitten off by other people, and it's like, what the fuck? Wow, Batman got dark.
slow down.
No, it always was.
Oh yeah, the new Batman anime came out. Where he's like,
Oh yeah, the
turns
one where he's
into
like
samurai.
where he's a samurai and goes back.
In Japan?
Yeah.
Oh right.
He like goes back in time or
Feudal
something.
Japan, yeah.
And he becomes a ninja, and Joker has a mech suit. And
And one of the Robins is a
Joker.
mohawk.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little weird. Just a little weird. But yeah, like, man, events are cool. I like events.
Yeah, they're
I
cool.
like when things happen.
Things happen. Things happen.
The story moves along. Cool things spawn off of it.
Sometimes I don't mind when they like reboot stuff too, like the other animated series where they redo the Justice League coming back together. What was it called?
Justice League War.
Yeah, exactly. And that was super cool to see. Like I don't mind them every now and then just being like going back to something and then maybe doing it a little differently, maybe doing it the exact same, but like.
See, I only dislike War because after that they were just like, because originally DC Animation was like, hey, let's just take random stories and animate them. Like,
Cool.
we'll do like Under the Red Hood and we'll get the guy who wrote it to write the animated one, or we'll do a Wonder Woman animated one by like Gail Simone. It'll be cool. And then after War, it was like, no, they're all part of the same universe. We're basing them after like Batman Bad Blood is based off like 3 Batman stories in the New 52 they smushed together.
Put them together.
Yeah, just
It'll
do
work.
that. It's all the same animation. It's all done by the same people. It's just, I don't know. I don't mind when DC's serialized, but like if you're gonna do it like that, just give me the old Justice League cartoon.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I will say
That'd be
my
super-
favorite Batman,
Mm.
like costume and like just general look about him comes from these
From
newer-
War.
Yeah, from War.
Okay.
The very slender, very tall,
Mm-hmm.
and everything. His cape just kind of wraps around him naturally,
Mm-hmm.
and everything, and just like he's quick.
Oh, what the hell was his name?
It's not that he's super strong; he's just
The
quick.
dude that wanted to destroy all the Earths because nothing mattered.
Oh, Owlman.
Yes.
Yeah, from
Made by
Crisis on Two Earths.
What's his freaking name? It's literally on the tip of my tongue right now.
Made by who? What?
The name of the voice actor.
Oh,
um,
not Kevin Conroy.
No, it's James Woods.
James. Oh yeah, James Wood was
Was
Owlman.
the
Yeah.
voice actor of it.
So
And I'm
weird.
like, and yeah,
I
he's
do
like
like
nothing
it
matters.
when. Oh, I don't really like it when certain stories kind of get retold differently.
Yeah.
Like I was watching the Avengers a couple of years ago, and it was like the Avengers were like first meeting each other, and they're like trying to work together, and I'm like, this isn't how it happened. They literally fought like
What?
Loki.
You read it like in a comic?
No, it was on like an animated movie.
Oh, okay.
I forgot what
It was
There's
the
too many of
it was
those.
based off the Ultimates. Like they did an animated
Yeah.
Ultimates movie. Yeah.
And I was like, this is weird. Like from what I've read, they
Yeah.
fought Loki, and they couldn't stop Loki because he turned his body into like radiation,
Yeah, he did weird
and
shit.
like only the Hulk could stop him because
Yeah, Hulk
radiation.
doesn't give a fuck. Like,
He does a good book.
Hope would do
But-
it regardless. Yeah.
anyways, we have to cut these off at some point, or
Yeah.
else we could talk for hours upon hours. And if you guys want multiple episodes, well, then eventually it'll turn into hours upon hours, and things in the background. But yeah. So that was our first shot at the after party. It was cool. Let us know
Yeah.
if you like it.
Hey,
and
put
if
out some
you like-
topics out there too.
Yeah, put some topics out there that you'd like to hear us discuss. We're always open to stuff like that.
If you want to say
Um,
fuck one of us, go ahead.
Yeah, if you want to do that.
Full
If you-
range.
If you don't agree with one of our opinions,
Yeah, fight us.
fight us. Yeah, whatever.
Well,
We're here after
can just
school.
Go. Let's go.
Yeah, well, you can just go. Please
Well,
don't
you
go.
could just leave.
No, please don't go.
I told my mom.
Go to pandabite.pod.com for all the podcasts we do. Pandabite.blogs.com for everything I write. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and we're on YouTube, so check that out too. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.